तो IRCC से अगर आपको अपनी एक्सप्रेस एंट्री की एप्लीकेशन का स्टेटस जानना है या फिर वो किस स्टेज पे पहुंची है उसकी अगर डिटेल जानना है तो यू हैव टू ऑप्शंस. द फर्स्ट वन इज़ सबमिट अ वेब फॉर्म. तो वेब फॉर्म यूज़ होता है अगर इन केस यू वांट टू सबमिट सम मोर डॉक्यूमेंट जो कि आप अपनी ओरिजिनल एप्लीकेशन में अटैच करना शायद भूल गए हो, मिस आउट कर गए हो, या फिर कुछ एडिशनल डॉक्यूमेंट आप अपनी तरफ से प्रोवाइड कराना चाहते हो, देन यू गो फॉर द वेब फॉर्म. बट एट द सेम टाइम इफ़ यू वांट टू नो व्हाट्स हैपनिंग विथ योर एप्लीकेशन, उसका किस स्टेज पे है, उसमें क्या चल रहा है, then also you can submit a web form. You can ask those specific questions in web form. And जो दूसरा way है to get the exact status is get a GCMS notes. तो web form में जो problem है वो ये कि the kind of reply you get, it's not always precise. Like exactly they will not tell you what's happening with your file. वो काफ़ी एक शॉर्ट में आपको रिप्लाई आ जाएगा, मे बी काइंड ऑफ वन लाइनर और मैक्स टू मैक्स अ पैराग्राफ 2-3 सेंटेंस, दैट्स इट. यू विल नॉट गेट टू नो एवरीथिंग इन डिटेल. वही अगर आपको पूरी डिटेल में जानना है कि अभी तक विद इन दैट टाइम पीरियड जो भी है उसमें आपकी फ़ाइल में क्या क्या चीज़ें नोटिफाई हुई हैं, किस स्टेज पे है, and case analyst के observations क्या हैं, then it's advisable to get a GCMS notes. So let's talk about first what is GCMS notes. So GCMS notes is like basically this is global case management system, right? तो जैसे in India we have RTI, right to information. Here in Canada under Privacy Act you can ask the Canadian government कि भाई मेरी ये एप्लीकेशन है जो कि आपके इमिग्रेशन डिपार्टमेंट में प्रोसेस हो रही है रिगार्डिंग वीज़ा, रिगार्डिंग सिटीजनशिप, रिगार्डिंग परमानेंट रेसिडेंसी. तो मुझे इस एप्लीकेशन से रिलेटेड जो भी वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, इन दिस केस IRCC, उसने क्या क्या प्रोसेस किया है और क्या क्या डिटेल नोट्स करी हैं, मुझे वो मेरे साथ शेयर करो. तो वो आप GCMS notes के थ्रू you can ask Canadian government to share it with you. So in this video we will talk about how you can order GCMS notes if you are staying in Canada, and just in case if you are not in Canada still you want to do it, then what's the way out, right? And another thing which we will talk about इज़ दैट कि जैसा आप सभी जानते हैं कि लास्ट वीक कोई भी एक्सप्रेस एंट्री का ड्रॉ रिलीज़ नहीं हुआ. सो व्हाट कुड बी द पोटेंशियल रीज़न बिहाइंड दैट, उसके बारे में भी विल टॉक अबाउट इट. सो डू वॉच द वीडियो, होपफुली यू विल फाइंड इट इंटरेस्टिंग. सो टू ऑर्डर GCMS notes, first you have to go to canada.ca, right? And there you will have to find out access to information and privacy page. So here in Canada under this act, Access to Information Act, you can order or you can ask Canadian government to share your information with yourself. So now here we're gonna apply it online, right? So in English. Now this is the first page where you are declaring and you are making sure that you understand what you are trying to do. So here we'll do next, and now in the next page you will get to see the notice, the terms and conditions. So obviously we will agree to the notice and we say we understand all these things, and then we'll continue. Now once you continue you will come to this page where you have to provide all the required information, and then only you can submit your request for GCMS notes. So let's do one by one. Here the first thing is department, right? So here you can see all the list of government agencies from which you can ask to share the information with you. So in this particular example, in our case, we are looking out for IRCC immigration. So here we have IRCC. Okay, now again we agree that we adhere to all the act. Now here the first thing, to be eligible to make a request, you must be Canadian citizen or permanent resident of Canada, or an individual or corporation currently present in Canada. So like I said earlier in my video, that if you are staying in Canada, then you can order this GCMS notes. So obviously you are not citizen, you are waiting for your PR. So the third one applies to us. Okay, sorry for this. So the third one applies to us, individual corporation currently present in Canada. Okay, now surname. So for this example, I'll just put something dummy. Kumar, given name, so let's say Yash Raj, just a dummy name, guys. Street number, so whatever the address you have mentioned in your PR file, so that address you have to mention. So let's say I'll give 1234. Street name, Charles Drive. Again, all these are dummy values. So name of business or organization, so not applied for you. Apartment suite, if you are living in an apartment or condo, then just mention that number. Post office box, not required. City, whatever city, so let's put Toronto. Province, Ontario. Country, Canada. Postal code, so again as per your application, right? So again, this is some dummy number in their format. Telephone, so telephone number, Canadian number, so 647 555 then 9876. Again, you have to enter in this given format. You have to enter it with hyphen. Fax not required. Email address, the one where you would like to receive your GCMS notes. So again, I'm putting a dummy. So we'll copy paste it. So are you requesting information on your behalf? So yes. So like I said, if you are staying in Canada, you can request on your behalf. Select the category that best describes you. So 99%, if you are asking for your PR update, then we will fall under business private sector. Rest all is not applicable for us. So select this particular field. If you would like to know it in more detail, then click here and you see that this category captures those who are employed by the private sector, including lawyers and consultants, and who require information for the business or on behalf of another individual. So select business private sector. How would you like to receive the requested record? Email. So let's continue. Now here they are asking, right? I mean, like I mentioned, if you are staying in Canada, then you can request on your own behalf, and it's free of cost. You don't have to pay anything. But like if you are not staying in Canada and still you want to request this GCMS notes, then you have to contact a lawyer or an immigration agent who can order on your own on your behalf. But in that case, there will be a fee of $5, right? And if you are ordering for yourself, then it comes under Privacy Act. But let's say suppose someone else is ordering on your behalf, your lawyer or your immigration agent, then they will select the Access to Information Act, because they are accessing information on someone's behalf, right? They are not accessing their own information. So there's a fee of $5 if you are not in Canada and you want some lawyer or some immigration agent to request GCMS notes on your behalf. In which language? English. So what type of record do you wish to request? So here we are asking for immigration and citizenship record. Now requesting information for surname, family name. So now here if you are ordering, requesting on your own behalf, so the applicant detail you have to enter, right? So let me put those dummy details. Month 02, so you would state 05 1985. Client ID number, so this is your UIC number, unique client identification number. Just make sure you are entering in this format only, do not enter in any other format, and you will find it in your Express Entry application. So let's put something, again a dummy value. Okay, what type of record would you like to request? So here select permanent residency, because yeah, that's what we are looking out for, right? Now this one here, what you would like to know, so we want to know the status, so select the status. Now the file number, so this file number is your application number that starts with E, right? So for Express Entry candidate it starts with E, so that number 00123456, I believe it's 10 digit after that alphabet, so 2 more, 78. Okay, now here you can write something, but it's not mandatory. I don't see there will be any benefit or there's any reason to explain the case, but just for the sake you can mention that, hi, I'm looking for my PR status, please share the update, thanks, something like this, right? And then you say continue. So here if just in case you want to upload any document, but here this is optional from GCMS perspective, from your PR status perspective, there's no need, you can check it out. Now here you say continue. Now what all details you have entered, everything will be shown here. If anything you want to modify, you can go click and modify it, and once you submit this continue button, the request will be submitted. You will receive an acknowledgement mail from IRCC, I think ATIP. It will, the subject will mention ATIP. So you will get a request, it will contain a form, what all detail you have mentioned, and that's it. Then normally the SLA is around 30 days. Within 30 days, most likely within 30 days, you will receive your GCMS notes. But due to things are running late, we all know that they are in function with limited number of resources. That's why things are taking time, things are moving little slow. So most likely you will get it within 30 days, and it will contain all the required information, up-to-date information. But here's the catch, you will receive file after 30 days, but most likely that file will get generated within 5 or 10 days. So whenever you will receive your GCMS notes, you will find out that the generation date, I think it's there in the footer, you will find it out in the footer, the generation date of the GCMS notes. So although you are receiving information after 30 days, but that information might be 20 days old. So that's the thing. I don't know, I mean, once they have generated the information, then what's the harm sharing it then and there, right? But that's how it works, guys. And if you want me to do a video on how to read the GCMS notes, let me know. We can do section by section because it contains so many things. so I can kind of point it out that what all pages you have to read, what means what. We can do a video on that also, so do comment if you would like to see that video. And yeah, that's it guys on GCMS notes. Now the second thing which I mentioned, that why there was no express entry draw this week, last week, right? The week of the first week of February, everyone was anticipating a draw on 3rd of February. Most likely it was supposed to happen a PNP draw and or a CEC draw, a class specific draw, but nothing happened. The only reason I can think of is again the way things are moving here. Most of the things are not open. Seriously, most of the things are not open. Another thing could be, if you guys have noticed that on 2nd of February, Ontario issued their PNP draw. So that could be also one of the reason, but not sure. But yeah, that could be a possibility. I think they issued PNP draw for around 283 candidates. Yeah, close to that number. So this means that whenever the next draw will happen, there will be a lot more candidates in the pool with score more than 600, because that Ontario PNP draw was for between 460 to 470 scores. Even that draw was at with higher numbers. So that could be the possible reason, I can guess, guys. So all the best in your PR journey. Hopefully you all will get your ITA or COPR, whatever you are waiting for. So stay safe, stay healthy guys.